Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Shadow, aka the Frozen Shadow Collector. Welcome to another Disney-related video on my channel. So, for today's video, guys, we're going to be discussing all the limited edition dolls we've obtained this year, all the limited edition dolls that came out this year. We're going to be talking about them. We're going to be scoring them between 0 to 10. We're going to give the whole year an overall rating. And yeah, we're going to talk about all that stuff. So, if you guys are excited for that, be sure to hit the thumbs up down below. Hit that sub button for more content in the future, and be prepared. This could be a longer video, so I hope y'all are okay with that. And without further ado, let's dive in right into it. Alright, here we go. So, huge shout out to Disney Dad for posting this on their Instagram. This is all the dolls that came out this year, minus Rapunzel, which is technically a 2021 doll, but they released it in 2020. But I digress. Our first one that we're going to be talking about is the Micky and Minnie. So the Micky and Minnie is part of the designer line. Technically, they are like 12-inch dolls. They're not like 17-inch. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, 28 centimeters is only like 11 inches, 12 inches. It's not even that big. So Micky and Minnie are like 12 inches, and this price right here, this 80 quid. This is a sale price. The original price for this was something more outrageous, and that original price was 160 quid, and for the US it was $199. So yeah, that was the original price for these, and that was pretty outrageous. Of course, as you can tell by the design of these, they look like a Valentine's doll because that's pretty much what they were. Mickey's got his box of chocolates right here. I'm not sure what this is made of right here. I'm sure it's some form of plastic. I doubt it's anything like high quality or anything like that. But yeah, this to me was never worth that much money, and there was no way I was ever going to get this, even if it was worth that money, because Micky and Minnie, I'm not a huge fan of them myself. I just don't care to get them in doll form or really any form. $200 for this was pretty insane. I think going by the outfit itself, I'd give it maybe a 6 out of 10 at best. It doesn't look terrible, at least on Minnie, but Mickey's looks a little awkward on him. I don't know what's going on there. The face sculpt itself doesn't look too polished out, at least not in these photos. I don't have them, so I can't really tell you. In this photo, it does look better, but I wouldn't really give it that much higher of a rating. If someone has this in person, maybe they could post photos down below or something. I don't know. I have a hard time giving this more than a 6 out of 10, especially for that price. Price alone is what makes it that low, because this is not worth $200 in my opinion. 160 quid in my opinion. Like, it's just not. I mean, this looks pretty good. The box is actually better than I thought it was going to be. It's actually pretty cute. I wouldn't be surprised if this is where most of the money went into. Just the box. Minnie's dress isn't ugly. It's just not. It's just not that great in my opinion. So yeah, I'd have to say 6 out of 10 is the best I could give this. You guys can let me know what you think down below, but we're gonna move on to our next candidates. Alright, so next up we got Emma Stone's Cruella, live action Cruella. So this doll itself, I know when it came out, and probably still, people say this has the best face mold, which is fine, but to me, I still think the Naomi Scott's Jasmine one looks better. In my personal opinion, I'm just a huge fan of that doll. This one I had no interest in getting, but I will say it does look pretty clean. I will say that. It's got a nice little mask right here, which is a nice accessory, and we got this stand right here. It's just the dress itself is pretty plain and simple. I mean, there are rhinestones or gemstones going around the dress, but it's not really that standing out. I think it's the best word for it. Most of the gemstones and rhinestones are up here on this little ascot part, and then on top of this right here. I think the best way to rate this doll is by comparing it to like previous live action dolls. So if we go back to Jasmine and Mulan, we can get a better picture. So live action Mulan, I will say immediately the face sculpt is terrible. So a direct comparison right there is 1% better face mode. better face sculpt without a doubt. In terms of accessories, I will say this Phoenix does look a lot better than Cruella's walking stand and mask. I will say that the Mulan has a better accessory. The sword itself, not so much. In terms of dressing up, I will say this doesn't look as clean, but it does seem like there's more going on with it than Cruella's. Cruella's doesn't look like much is going on with it. I mean, it is nice that it's a twisty type deal. And I know this is supposed to be like a mimic of the movie. That's why it's like this. But, you know, Shop Disney has taken liberties before with the doll, so why would they not do it for Emma Stone's doll? That just doesn't really make much sense to me. I mean, they did pretty much take some liberties with this. Um, I know this isn't a one-to-one matchup of the live-action outfit, so I don't know why they could do something more with this dress. So when compared to the past live-action dolls, um, I still think live-action Jasmine's is much better. I really do. Like the design on this itself, and it just looks like they put more effort into this than they did with Cruella, in my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think down below, but I think for a live action doll in its own category, I'd give it maybe a 7, 6.5, something like that. And that's just because it's got these two accessories, and this part looks very nice. The rhinestone and the gemstone going along her dress around this area. That's the only reason I would give it a 6.5 or a 7. If we're really grading the face mold by itself, then yeah, that's like a perfect 10 out of 10. But just when it is bodied up with everything else, it's not that great. At least not in my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think down below. But yeah, I'd say 7 at most. The box does look amazing. I will say that. The box for Cruella looks absolutely astonishing. So maybe I'd boost it up to a 7.5 if we're including the box as a whole package. Yeah, it's probably best to like grade this whole thing in a whole package type deal because most people are probably gonna display it in its box. So yeah, I'd say a 7, 7.5 for Cruella. That's just my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think down below. We're gonna move on to our next one, and our next one is Esmeralda. So Esmeralda, I loved this doll. I know a lot of people had a problem with its face mold at first, and how the dress itself doesn't have that much going on, and I'm pretty sure this is printed metallic. That's what it was. So yeah, I can see why there's issues with the doll itself. Personally, I'm okay with it, but I do recognize that there are issues with the doll. So I'm not saying she's perfect, but I think for what we got, it's pretty good. I mean, it's not like she's terrible. She's got a nice accessory. She's got a nice hair accessory too that matches the movie. She's got rhyme sounds going all around her. I know on the backside it ends pretty much all the low gems in her dress. The box itself to me looks absolutely gorgeous for this doll. So for a 17-inch doll of a character that we most likely will never get that much of, I'd say a good 7.58 for this doll for a 17-inch doll of a character that barely get anything of, because the only other doll that we have besides this one is the Midnight Masquerade version, and the head sculpt on that wasn't that great either, but the dress was pretty nice. I do think Esmeralda looks very good. I do have her. I do not regret buying her at all. To me, she looks absolutely spectacular, but I do think there are issues with this doll, especially with this printed metallic on here, because this is not embroidered at all. This is really flat out printed on, which I'm not a huge fan of that, but I think all in all, it's still a good doll, so I'll give it a 7.5. The reason I'd mark it down is really because of this printed on. This, it's a bit of a turn off, I will say, instead of it being embroidered on. So yeah, 7.5 for me for Esmeralda. I still love this doll, absolutely. You guys can let me know what you'd rate this doll, and we're gonna move on to our next ones. So the next one we got Alice in Wonderland. So Alice in Wonderland, there was such controversy on this doll when it was first announced or leaked or whatever. A lot of people had a problem with this, the goth look, but they didn't realize that this was based on Mary Blair's artwork, and still there are people who have a problem with it, but Honestly, I love this doll. This doll is absolutely gorgeous in my opinion. To me, this is an amazing Alice doll. I will say though, she does suffer from the same issues as Esmeralda, and that's this being printed on. I will say though, since it is Mary Blair's artwork just slapped onto here, it gets a nice, decent pass. And the reason I say that's because Mary Blair's artwork is absolutely astonishing, and in person, this does look very good. So I will say that, even though it's printed on the dress, it does look very good. It does suit the style of this Alice in Wonderland 70th anniversary. And I will say the box itself looks really good. The background inside, though, to me, doesn't really match up with the doll itself. I think they could have gone for like a darker tone background because this overall look does feel like a darker tone Alice in Wonderland, so I think it would have made sense to have a darker tone background to go along with it, but I guess they want to keep it more light feel to allow people to feel like it's still the original Alice in Wonderland. But yeah, so all the she doesn't really have any accessories. I mean, there's this right here, this pocket watch necklace type deal. But other than that, there are no accessories really on it. There's this bow up, headband bow up here, but nothing else that goes along with it. So to me, this doll is a good 8. I would say a good solid 8. That's just my opinion. I do love this doll, and I think comparing it to the previous Alice in Wonderland doll, I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of backlash for this, but I do like this one better. I do. The original Alice in Wonderland doll is the dress itself was pretty much based on the live action movie rather than the cartoon. So I do think this one's better. I know the other ones like worth thousands of dollars or thousands of euros and pounds and all that stuff, but I still think this one is better. So that's just my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think down below. I give this a solid 8 even with this because this looks really good. Like, Mary Blair's artwork looks absolutely fantastic on this doll, so to me, it gets a pass for that. You guys can let me know if what you think down below, whether you give it a pass or not, but I do think this is a good solid 8. So we're going to move on to our next one, which is the Sanderson Sisters. So these I had no interest in getting at all. Oh my god, would they release such a catastrophe? On the US side, the images for the Sanderson Sisters weren't even up. Like, you couldn't see an icon for them when you try to purchase them, so it was pretty much a clusterfuck of finding these dolls for the US store. The UK, I think there's still some of these on the site. Maybe one specific one is still on there. I think it's this one. I don't really know the names. So, yeah. These dolls themselves, I will say, they do look good. Do I think the 129.99 good? No. Because these are like 12-inch, 11-inch dolls, so yeah. I don't think they're 129.99 good. I will say they're one of a kind, and do I think they're gonna be more Sanderson sister dolls? Maybe. I doubt it's gonna happen very often. Do I think next October that we're gonna get more of these? No, I don't. I think it's gonna be like an every 2-3 year type thing. So I think for what they are, they look good. They're just not 129.99 good. I will say this: out of all of them, this one looks the best, in my opinion. This one 100% looks the best. This one looks a little odd. I will say that. It looks a little goofy. I do like the boomstick accessory as well as the candle. That looks really cool. This one, it looks pretty homemadey. I just don't like this pattern here on this dress. It just looks so weird to me. I do like how it has a mini vacuum and a mini kitty next to it. I think that's look really cute. So yeah, for Halloween dolls, they're not bad at all. Like, if we're just solely grading them on for what they are, which is like special edition dolls, then sure, I'd give it 8.5, maybe 9s. But if we're like going around like the whole package, like 12-inch designer dolls, like comparing to those, then no, I'd say they're roughly around the 6 or 7 range, 6 or 6.5 range. I know a lot of people love these dolls. I know they love the characters too. I think if we're grading it in its own separate category, I'd give it solid 8.5 for them. If we're including the price in it, then no, that's getting lowered to like a 7 or a 6. That's just my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think. I will say though, the boxes for these look absolutely phenomenal. So that is that for them. Them in a box looks absolutely gorgeous, absolutely spectacular. So there is that. They do have that going for them. I mean, the patterns on the dresses look absolutely amazing. We got a nice embroidery on each one. Of course, there are some areas that look like they're printed on. Like for this one, was it Winifred? It looks like this is kind of printed on the leaves or tulips, wherever they are, and the snake. That kind of looks like it's printed on, but it's fine though. We got some embroidery on this, and I don't know why. She just pops out to me more than these two. This one though looks like it was completely handmade. So if we're going by that, like handmadeness and not printed on, this one would be classified as the best one probably because this one's got stitching in it. It's got embroidery. It's got all the things that everyone wants, accessories. So in that sense, yeah, May would be the best one. From what I can tell, I think they have rooted eyelashes and they look like they have printed on eyes. So that's my opinion of them. Solid 8.5 as special edition dolls. As the whole package with the pricing and whatnot, I'd give it like 6.57. But yes, special edition dolls, yeah, I'd give them an 8.5. You guys can let me know what you think down below. If you agree with me or not. Again, these are just my opinions. If you have a different opinion, that's fine. But this is just my thoughts on them. I was never really excited for these to begin with, so take that as you will. So let's move on to the next one. The next one we have the Disney designer Jasmine. So Disney designer Jasmine, which we got right here. Disney designer Jasmine. I will say this: when the outfit for her was leaked or announced, it had me pretty confused and puzzled. It really did, cause I know this is based on like a high fashion type deal for this line, but still, this dress does not feel like Jasmine at all. I will say in person she looks absolutely beautiful, and the dress itself is absolutely phenomenal, but it does not feel like a Jasmine dress, in my opinion. So yeah, she does look absolutely gorgeous. We got this lamp type purse type deal here. We got this nice metallic leaf going around her. That looks really cool. We got these nice little pins going in her hair. We got these nice earrings dropping from her ear. As to be expected, since it's a designer 12-inch doll, the feet are rubber, practically. They're not articulated at all. The hands themselves aren't really articulated either. I think the elbows might be. I haven't really played around with it much. I just kind of left it in the same pose after unboxing it. She is a gorgeous doll. She is. It just doesn't feel like a Jasmine doll. But if we're going by like embroideries, design, all that type deal, then yes, I'd give this doll an 8.5 out of that aspect. If we're going by the accuracy to the character itself, like whether or not the outfit suits her, then no. I'd give it more like a 6.5. But for the dress itself, for the embroidery, for the gems, for the accessories, for the rooted eyelashes, for the nice hairdo, and the box itself, I would give it 8.5. I really do like for this line the scenery in the backgrounds of each designer doll. To me, that looks absolutely amazing for each one. So far, each one has been knocking it out of the park with the scenery and the doll like this. And I know a lot of people like to display their dolls inside the packaging. So, with the whole package itself, 8.5 without a doubt. You guys can let me know what you think down below. But I do love this Jasmine doll. I just wish it was a little different. But yeah, that's just my opinion of it. You guys can let me know what you think down below. We're going to go to our next one, which is the anniversary set for Beauty and the Beast. I believe this 25th anniversary. Here we go. So we got Beauty and the Beast anniversary set right here. I will say this. The outfits aren't exactly what I imagined. I know what the outfits are based off of. They're based off like the original concept designs. So if we're going by that, they do look amazing because they're pretty accurate to those concept designs. If we're gonna buy embroidery and design of the outfits, Belle looks top notch. The embroidery, the dress design looks absolutely fantastic. Beast's outfit looks absolutely amazing. Beast himself looks okay. I'm not really a huge fan of the PVC molds right here. I'm assuming that's what it's made of. But the outfit for Beast does look really good. Do I think 500 good? Pretty sure this is pounds. 500 pounds good? No. No, I don't think so. It's interesting to me how they do the pricing sometimes because for the US store, it's 500 USD. And I promise you, 500 USD is not the same as 500 pounds. On the store, it is. Well, not that it is, but it's listed as, 500 instead of a different pricing, which should be lower, but I don't know. It is what it is, but the design, the embroidery, the hairstyle on Belle looks absolutely gorgeous. Beast looks really good. I really like this right here. This looks really cool. They really did a great job with this set. I will say that. It's just I really wish it wasn't that expensive. If Belle was sold on her own, I would have bought it instantly. It's just when they're paired together, they decide to make them these absurd prices. So that's why I don't go for it. If I ever find a Belle that's on her own, I'll probably get her. But other than that, I have no interest in going after this doll at all. But she does look absolutely phenomenal. I think everything about her is great. Beast looks really good himself too. Again, I'm not a huge fan of this or this, but it is what it is. I know a lot of people were expecting like Prince Adam instead of Beast for the set, but it is what it is. You can't really change it. The box itself looks pretty good. I think it fits the tone of the dolls themselves, and it is the 30-year anniversary for this. Okay, so 30-year anniversary set doll. I'd say it's a good 9. I'd say that for anniversary set doll, it's a good 9. I'm still not a fan of the price, but I will say it is a good 9. This looks absolutely amazing. I can't deny that. Is it accurate to like the official movie designs? No, but it is very accurate to the concept art, and that's pretty much what they were going for. So I will give it a solid 9. I won't give it a perfect 10 because I'm not a huge fan of Beast here. Like, something about this feels off to me. But yeah, you guys can let me know what you think down below. I think it's pretty interesting what they did for the 30th anniversary of Beauty and the Beast. We didn't get a solo Belle at all. Well, we did, and we didn't. Yeah, I guess we could talk about that. So, this is what I was talking about. Hasbro Belle. Yeah. This was we got for Saks Fifth Avenue this year. What everyone was anticipating to be a magnificent 17-inch Belle doll. It's actually a Hasbro collaboration for Belle. And this is like a 12-inch doll, maybe a 9-inch. It's not that big at all. It's just interesting what is going on in Shop Disney's head. Personally, yeah, it's a 12-inch doll. I will say it is the best looking Hasbro doll ever, but no way is it worth $315. I mean, it's even got a 2-star rating. Of course, it's only 3 reviews on it, but $315 for a 12-inch doll that's not even limited edition. Like, you can buy this at any given time. Like, this has been up for months and it's still here. It's just a Saks exclusive doll. I will say the case itself looks really good. I won't completely knock this Belle off. It's not a limited edition doll, I know, but I think it's important to go over. She's got a nice little rose accessory there. She's got nice embroidery on it. The dress itself looks nice and flower looking. I think that's, if you put it upside down, it does look like a flower and she's coming out of it. So in that aspect, it looks pretty good. I don't know what this white stuff is supposed to be. I don't know if that's like their version of gems or whatever. It's there. It does look very plasticky. It does look very cheaply made, but it's worth $315. It's not a limited edition doll, so I won't go ahead and grade it based on that. I'll go ahead and grade it compared to other Hasbro dolls, and that'd be a 9.5 out of 10. If we're going to buy Saks dolls, 5.5 maybe. Moving on. Pocahontas. Pocahontas I didn't purchase either. I was not really interested in Pocahontas, but she looks pretty decent. High fashion Pocahontas looks not too bad. The boxes for this line have been pretty okayish, so I'm not really surprised here at all. Pocahontas herself, she looks pretty good. We got a nice accessory type deal. I think these are like metallic gold chains going down here with something on them. It's got an interesting, I don't know what this is, on the oversleeve or whatever. But yeah, I think for Pocahontas, it's not too bad. It's just, I'm not a huge Pocahontas fan, if I'm being honest here. But I will say for the lineup of this collection, it fits and it's not bad at all. I think it looks pretty good. It's just not my cup of tea. There's not much embroidery on it, but that's okay because the design of the dress itself does look very unique. And as to be expected, I don't think the feet or legs are articulated, nor are the hands really. But that's kind of to be expected from a 12-inch designer doll. I will say this, I'd give it an 8, 8.5 for this doll based on design alone. I do think the design for Pocahontas is more accurate to the character than the dress for Jasmine was. In my personal opinion, you guys can let me know what you think down below. Just to me, this feels like more Pocahontas than Jasmine's dress feels like Jasmine. That's just my opinion. But yeah, I say 8, 8.5. This line itself has been really good. I really like where they're going with it. Ariel's has been questionable to me, but we'll get to that. You guys let me know what you think down below. I also really like about this line is that the certificate of authenticity is like pocket size edition. I wish they did that for every doll and not exclusive to this line itself, but we'll see what happens. I doubt they're gonna be this size for like 17-inch dolls, but you never know. And then we're coming up to the final three. So Kida, I absolutely love this doll. I 100% love this doll. Kida, Kida, Kida. Kida looks absolutely fantastic. I love this doll tremendously. I'm not gonna bash it whatsoever, even though the hair looks a little off. But she's absolutely gorgeous. I love this doll so much. I'm so happy they made a Kida doll. I was never expecting them to do this. They even made a special face mode for her, because this doesn't look like Esmeralda's face mode at all to me. She just looks so good. They decided to do like a mixture of the royal outfit and the queen outfit from the end of the movie, and that looks pretty awesome to me. I think it's a nice combination of both worlds. I think it allows everyone who loves Kida to be happy. It gives everyone a little something. I really like they included the royal staff, even her mom's bracelet or necklace, because Kida has her own necklace too. I don't think I have a photo of. There we go. Yep, Kida has her own right there. And then we got the power crystal that powers Atlantis. We got this metallic gold armor on her left arm. I just love this doll so much. The embroidery looks amazing. The design of the outfit looks so good. The gemstones look great on here. The box itself, oh my god, phenomenal. I love this box so much. This is without doubt my favorite doll of this year. This one and the 17-inch Alice in Wonderland are my favorite. Those two are my favorites of this year thus far. So, even though I have some issues with the hair itself, I'm going to give it a 9, 9.5 in my opinion. You guys can let me know what you think down below, but Kida is my favorite one. Personally, the doll came out better than I could have ever hoped for. It does not look like they were lazy about this doll at all, to me at least. You guys can let me know what you think down below, but Kida, 100%, 9.5 out of 10, without a doubt. Okay, now we got the 50th Walt Disney World Anniversary Cinderella doll. So what confuses people sometimes is that this is not a 50th Anniversary Cinderella doll. This is 50th Anniversary Walt Disney World doll that happens to be Cinderella. So yeah, going on that, I didn't get her. I thought she'd be in the store longer than she was, but unfortunately, she sold out really fast. There were 10,000 of her, so I didn't expect it to go out that quickly, but she did. So it is what it is. Going by the pictures of her, I will say this. If we're just grading on the box itself, 10 out of 10. I love this design. The design of this box looks absolutely gorgeous. This is a 17-inch doll, and this box looks absolutely amazing. It looks so good. Like, they did not have to go this hard for this box, but they did. They did. Box itself, 10 out of 10, without a doubt. The doll itself, I will say this does look a little plain looking, at least in pictures. Of course, there's embroidery on the actual dress itself, and there's gemstones on the over cover of it, but I don't think it meshes well per se. I don't think this would be considered a very good 17-inch doll for 2021. I'd give it a good 7.5 to be honest. If including the whole package, like the box itself, then I would boost that up to an 8.5. Because the box looks absolutely phenomenal. She's got a nice accessory here. I'm assuming that's metallic gold. The corset looks okayish. I'm assuming it's supposed to sparkle like Disney World type sparkles. I'm assuming that's what it's supposed to be. We got some gemstones on her dress. Her glass slippers look okay. They don't look that great. I don't know if her legs are articulated or not. It'd be really weird if they weren't. If you have this doll, let me know down below if the legs are articulated or not. Meaning that you can bend the knees. Because it'd be really weird if they did that for a 17-inch doll. Like, if they didn't make it articulated. Huh. Never really thought about that. So yeah, I'd say a good 7.5 for this doll. I really do like this castle embroidery down here with the fireworks around it. It just doesn't really pop out, if that makes sense. So yeah, I give it 7. With the box itself, yeah, 8.5 easily. Well, with the box included, it's 8.5 easily. Box itself is 10 out of 10. That's a very good box. And then last but not least, we got Ariel from the designer line. So, if you've seen my previous videos, I was pretty much bitching about this doll. I will fully own up to that. And that's mainly because of this headpiece. Like, they really tried so hard making Ariel look like a siren, like a high fashion siren type deal. And I just wasn't a fan of that. I still not a fan of it. I actually took my headset off of her, so it looks a lot better without it. I will say though, the hair looks absolutely amazing in person. I know the photos aren't that great, but the hair is really good. The dress itself is questionable. I get what they were going for with the translucent look of it to make it like, I don't know, I guess ocean type feel almost. But it just feels a little weird. I don't know what these are still. I don't know if these are like air bubbles like popping up from the ocean or what. I still have not figured out yet. But yeah, it is embroidered all the way around, so that's always a plus. Everyone likes embroideries. We got some nice pearls leading up to the headpiece itself and hooking onto it. We got this nice shell purse right here. I really like this part right here, the back of her, the thing that makes it look like ocean splash. I really like that. They did a great job with that. So yeah, my personal opinion of this is a 7.5 out of 10. You guys can let me know what you think down below. But that is my rating for this doll. That's just simply because if you include the headpiece, she pretty much looks like a high fashion ocean siren, and it's just not my cup of tea. You guys can let me know what you think down below. But I think that's all the dolls for 2021. Yep, that's all the dolls that have been released for 2021. Goth Mulan is coming in 3 days for the US store, a little later for the UK store. But yeah, stay tuned for that. I will be purchasing that doll, so I will be doing an unboxing review for that. So stay tuned for that. I'll be doing more videos about other things. If you have any suggestions down below, don't shy away from suggesting them. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts overall down below are. I think for the year itself in closing, I'd give it a solid 8. Because I do think there was more good dolls than there were okay dolls, in my personal opinion. Because fantastic doll. If you take them into consideration as holiday special edition dolls, fantastic dolls. Fantastic dress, might not fit Jasmine specifically, but still good dress. I don't really care for you. Fantastic dolls, 100%. Looks really good, fits Pocahontas. 10 out of 10 doll, okayish doll, and good doll, just not my really cup of tea. So yeah, I'd say it's solid 8.5 for the year. 8.5 out of 10. You guys let me know what you think down below. But that is my rating for the 2021 limited edition dolls. I hope you all enjoyed. Leave a like if you did. Hit that sub button for more content in the future, and I'll see y'all in the next one.